They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum. When people come to see 'em, they really are a scream. The Addams Family.
Neat. Sweet. Petite.
So get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Addams Family.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Central Valley. It's Michael and Michael here with your announcements for today, November 22nd, 2017.
The lunch for today will be French toast sticks and scrambled eggs.
Caitlin Lyons is still looking for volunteers for a senior project to help donate non-perishable food items to help benefit those in need this holiday season.
If you would like to earn community service hours, volunteers are needed at the Festival of Trees over the holidays this year. This event will be held in Brady Drum Park. This is a great way to work on senior project and community volunteer hours, while also giving back to the community. If you would like to volunteer, stop down at the office and pick up a volunteer sign-up sheet.
CV's Art 3 students created a mural that will be displayed at the Beaver County Festival of Trees at Brady's Run Lodge from Thanksgiving Day until December 6th.
Attention juniors and seniors, the Monaca Fire Department is looking for help selling Christmas trees this holiday season. If interested, please contact the fire department by email at monacafire.com. These hours will count towards your senior project.
Any junior or senior interested in working the holiday basketball tournament December 29th and 30th at the CCBC Dome, please sign up in room North B 114, Mrs. Jones' room. This will count as senior project hours.
That's all we have today for you, CV. Now here are two special segments.
Hey CV, it's Mike and Gabe here with a special segment on historical events that happened in November.
Here are a few facts about what has happened in the past in the month of November.
On November 6, 1429, Henry VI was crowned King of England at the age of 8. He had acceded to the throne at the age of 9 months following the death of Charles VI.
On November 11, 1918, the peace treaty between the Allied and Central Powers was signed, silencing the guns of World War I.
On November 19, 1493, Puerto Rico was discovered by Columbus during his second voyage to the New World.
On November 19, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address during the ceremonies dedicating 17 acres of the Gettysburg battlefield as a national cemetery. Lincoln then spoke for less than 2 minutes, and at first the people were unimpressed. Later, people would then realize it would be the greatest speech they ever heard.
In specific, we are going to talk about the assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
The day began with John F. Kennedy attending a breakfast in Fort Worth, Texas, where he had to give a speech. He then went to the grand ballroom of his hotel to deliver another speech. His Secret Service agent, Kenny O'Donnell, suggested that the top of the limousine should be off if the weather was permitting.
The Kennedys arrived in Dallas, Texas at 11:38 a.m. at Love Field, where they would start their long day. They would travel through Dallas and end at the Dallas Business and Trade Mart.
The president then began his ride through the city. As the limousine was making a left turn from Houston Street onto Elm Street, the first shots were fired at 12:30 p.m. Most witnesses recall hearing 3 gunshots, not knowing the exact location of the shooters.
The first gunshot hit President Kennedy in the neck. The second bullet hit Kennedy in the skull. Governor Connolly, who was riding in the limo with Kennedy, was also wounded. It is believed that they were shot by Lee Harvey Oswald.
Kennedy was taken to Parkland Hospital immediately. Father Huber, a Catholic priest, was ordered to perform the last rites for President Kennedy. At 1 p.m., Kennedy was pronounced dead. The official announcements of his death did not come until a half an hour later.
As the White House was receiving the news, Vice President Johnson would be sworn in as president soon after his death.
This tragic day in history has changed the perspective on the president's security. November 22nd, 1963 was a very sad day for the United States of America.
Hey
Hey CB, Raquel and I are here with a special segment on Thanksgiving.
September 1620, a small ship called the Mayflower left England carrying 102 passengers, an assortment of religious separatists seeking a new home where they could freely practice their faith.
The Mayflower crossed the Massachusetts Bay where the Pilgrims began to work on establishing a village at Plymouth Rock.
Throughout that first brutal winter, most of the colonists remained on board the ship, where they suffered from exposure, scurvy, and outbreaks of contagious disease. Only half of the Mayflower's original passengers and crew lived to see their first New England spring.
The Pilgrims met an Indian named Squanto who taught them how to locate corn, extract sap from maple trees, catch fish in the rivers, and avoid poisonous plants. He also helped the settlers forge an alliance with the Wampanoags.
In November 1621, after the Pilgrims' first corn harvest proved successful, Governor William Bradford organized a celebratory feast and invited a group of the fledgling colony's Native American allies, including the Wampanoag chief Mazzuat, now remembered as Americans' first Thanksgiving.
The festival lasted for 3 days. Now in 2017, Thanksgiving is a holiday to give thanks for our families, friends, and all the blessings we have in life.
Now here are some interviews with the students and teachers on how they spend their holiday.
I'm here with Mrs. McCracken. So Mrs. McCracken, how do you spend your Thanksgiving?
For dinner, we go to my sister-in-law's house, and then after dinner, we go to my grandma's house to celebrate with my family.
And who makes the food?
My sister-in-law, she's a really good cook.
And do you have any traditions that you do every year for Thanksgiving?
Usually around midnight, I go Black Friday shopping with my friend Julia, and then our husbands decorate all the outside for Christmas while we're gone, so we don't have to put up the lights.
And what is your favorite food on Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go mashed potatoes.
Hey CV, I'm here with Mrs. Kramer, and I'm going to ask her a few things about Thanksgiving. So, how do you spend your Thanksgiving?
Well, we actually have it at our house every year, and my husband and sister-in-law make all of the food, and I do all the desserts, and all of our family comes. So we have about like 20 to 25 people there every year.
Do you have any traditions?
Aside from everyone coming over, we actually go Black Friday shopping Thanksgiving night. So we leave around 10 and get home maybe like around 3 or so.
What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for my husband and my family and kids, and just being healthy and happy and enjoying life.
Here with Haley Almacy. So Haley, how do you spend Thanksgiving?
The whole fam usually comes over for dinner,
Do you do any traditions that you do every year?
We usually celebrate everyone's birthday that's around Thanksgiving, so mine, my aunts, and my cousins.
And what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family, my friends, gotta throw coffee in there, my dogs, just the typical,
Thank you, Haley.
Yeah.
I'm here with Damien Southwick. So Damien, how do you spend your Thanksgiving?
With family.
And you do any traditions in Thanksgiving that you do every year?
Not really anything special, just, eat and watch football.
Where do you go for Thanksgiving?
My grandma's house.
And what is your favorite food to eat?
Turkey.
The CVTV family wishes you a happy Thanksgiving.